Welcome, everybody. All right. Thanks for joining us tonight for our quick one-shot of MÖRK's module written by Phillip Reed. So it's a third-party module, not an official one, but it should be fun. Tower of Scoundrels. Ooh, yeah, it should be good. So let's go around and everybody introduce himself real quick. Start with Tom, and we'll work our way counterclockwise on my screen anyway.
Hey everybody, this is Tom, Bolthra on the internet, and I'm playing Margar, the heretical priest.
Excellent. Minty?
Hello everyone, I'm Minty Bow.
Ooh, kick your volume up.
Oh. The one time I'm needed to kick the volume up. Alright, 1 second. Apologies. I'm Minty Bow, and I'm playing Voltug the Mongrel.
Excellent. Dan?
Hi, I'm Dan, also roaming up online, and I'm playing Harmug, the Occult Herb Master.
All right. Can you boost your volume just a little bit?
I can try.
Just a little muddy, so hopefully some extra volume will help. Otherwise, I just may have to ask you to repeat yourself a lot because of my old ears.
Maybe if I turn off automatically adjust mic volume. How about now?
Oh, that's good. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Great.
Cool. All right. So, for those of you not familiar with BORG, it is a what do we call it? It's sort of a, I guess it falls into the old school role play category. You know, it's like rules light, gritty, kind of throwback to the old dungeon crawly kind of stuff, but in a sort of heavy metal fantasy setting where everything is falling apart. The world is going to shit. Some would say it's already there, and it's and it's just circling around the pole. So it's a nice and interesting setting. I implore you to explore it more. I wish we could do more.
Nice is not the correct word.
Nice, right? Yeah. We start off with our lovely little group here. You are on the road. The three of you find yourselves traveling together. You're headed toward the town of Slim-Ulfbukten, and a storm is blowing up. It's starting to rain pretty hard. You haven't gotten to where you need to go yet. Yeah. Hey, Jeff, welcome.
Hey, Jeff.
Not too late to jump in if you want. Make a quick character. Jump on in. Yep. So you're headed towards Slim-Ulfbukten, but a storm is blowing up. It's dark. You find yourself on the road after sunset, or at least it got super dark as the storm blew up. So you're looking around for some shelter, and you spy a tower not too far off in the distance. So you make your way toward it. Just to get our quickly randomized characters sort of used to each other, I'll ask you guys a few questions that will sort of establish a little bit of what's going on between you guys. So let's randomize this. Okay, starting with Margar. Margar, you, and then between. Ooh, okay. So you have some along your travels in your time with Harmog. You have learned a dark secret of Harmog's. What is it that you think you know?
I think I've uncovered a weakness that he has that could potentially be used against him at a most appropriate time.
All right. Harmog, you're aware that Margar knows this. You can decide whether or not it's true or not, but the real question is, what do you intend to do about it? And you don't really have to say this out loud, but think about it in case it involves backstabbing or something like that.
I'm less of a stabby guy and more of the bludgeoning sort. So.
All right, then Voltug, you began this journey in search of money, but what is it that drives you now?
I don't need money. I need to see people that I hate bleed.
Ooh, okay. So hopefully you guys haven't gotten on Voltug's bad side. All right, yeah. So the lightning is crashing. The rain is starting to pelt down. You stumble over. Okay, see you later, Jeff. You stumble over to the entrance of the tower. It's a nice round tower. It's about 60 feet in diameter. Stonework, crumbling, decaying. There's moss growing all over the sides. At least on the north side. Like everything in this world, it's fallen into disarray. It looks completely unoccupied. There are no windows on near the ground, but you can see up what may be a third floor or possibly a second floor if it's very, very high ceilings. Arrow slits in the tower. So this was probably some sort of like guard tower or outpost. At some point in the past during one of the fallen empires that have come and gone in the area, washing across the land like vermin, really.
Are there vermin here too? Because I want to collect some of those. With moss.
There's vermin everywhere. You can not so much out in the rain. Things have kind of hidden themselves, but that likely means that they've gone into the tower. There's a door that you're standing in front of that leads, the short path from the road leads to this door that's just sort of hanging on its like on one hinge. It's pulled closed or pushed closed, but it looks like it's about to fall off. Would you like to enter through the front door, or is there something else you want to do?
Well, after licking the tower to make sure that the moss is appropriate, I take out a knife and start scraping some into my kit.
Oh yeah, this is good moss. It gave you a little bit of a buzz, kind of like licking a battery.
Yeah, that's the stuff.
So yeah, you collect a little bit of that moss. While Harmog is collecting moss, what do you guys want to do?
After Voltug.
Voltug just kind of like side eyes Margar, doesn't say anything, but they take a hand that's missing a thumb and index finger and just see if anyone responds.
Okay, did you say bang on the door? You froze up there for a sec.
Yeah, they're gonna right on the door.
All right, so you bang on the door and it kind of like falls off its last hinge, crashing into the foyer, I guess, of this tower. It's completely dark inside. There is a sort of basically like a foyer, right inside. It's 20 by 20 ish, and you can just sort of make out, as the lightning flashes behind you, that you're basically staring at another stone wall. There's like some old portrait, like a frame on the wall that's like, but the portrait's like all ripped out of it. It's just like some canvas, blowing in the breeze. Looks like there's maybe a hallway that leads off to the left, and possibly a doorway off to the right, but it's very dark inside. What do you want to do about light? Obviously, you're standing in the rain, so you don't have any torches or anything like that. Anybody have a lamp or something?
That's what I was looking to see. I don't know if...
You can, of course, go inside and light a torch, but...
I do not have a lamp.
All right, well, then we'll assume... Oh,
that sounds like we should just go inside and, burn the portrait or something.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll assume at least that one of you has a torch.
I was about to say, Voltug actually has 4 torches.
Okay.
There you go. All right, yeah. Sorry, I just aspirated my tea.
Yeah.
Margar will go in and bless the darkness.
Well, it's better than attacking it.
Exactly. So he kind of just takes a step with his staff and just kind of like taps the floor a little bit.
Okay. Yeah.
And kind of comes in, and has his cloak hung low over his face. And he's just kind of looking around it. He wants to go up and like tap the portrait with his staff.
All right. Go up. You tap the portrait. The frame kind of like one of the fasteners lets loose, and it kind of swings down, scraping up against the wall. Makes a horrible racket, and like nails scratching against stone. Slows itself down. Are you looking for anything else in particular, or?
Just kind of testing the environment to see what this. It might be a fun place to perhaps say a prayer to some foul entities from beyond, but perhaps later.
Oh, okay, yeah. It's as far as foyers go, it's cozy, I guess. You're out of the rain. There's definitely a door off to the right as you would have walked in, and there's a corridor that curves around. This being a circular tower, there appears to be some sort of like circular inner core, and there's a corridor that sweeps off to the left and then curves around. You could make out a couple of doors along the way. Maybe, it's hard to see what goes past those 2 doors because of the curvature of the hallway, but definitely some doors down that way and a door off to your right. And basically, this foyer has been emptied of any valuables or interesting. There's no indication of. There's not like a spear stand or something, or where guards might have kept weapons or something. There's no chairs. This place seems to have been around long enough that it's been fairly well looted.
So I was gonna say it's been looted long ago. So really, we just kind of found this place. We don't really know much about it.
Yeah, you know nothing about it. You're not from the area. You just saw it and said, "Oh, this will get us out of the storm."
Okay.
The assumption, you could assume that it has something to do with the town you're headed toward, or it could just be something that, was here when the town was founded. It definitely seems old enough. There's enough moss and ivy growth on the outside to indicate this has been here for several decades, if not a century or more.
Okay. Doesn't look like there's anything really to grab or loot in here, so Margar is probably going to just point his staff towards. I think you said it was a doorway on the left.
There's a door to the right and a corridor to the left.
Okay.
As you're standing in the main doorway, looking at the the old portrait. Okay. This is going to be hard to give directions in a circular building.
That's fine. I'm just trying to orient my brain.
Yeah.
So there's a door to our right that is closed.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. All right. He's gonna just like tap his staff on the door.
Harlan's disoriented anyway, so it's all good.
Yes. He's already tripping from the.
You tap your staff on the door, and it kind of like moves, like it's closed but not active. It like moves a little bit and swings back.
I walk up next to him and start tapping on it with my femur.
Yeah.
Carries a femur around as a weapon. So
right, yeah. Not the one that you're walking on.
No. I mean, that might be a thing, but
Yeah, so you don't hear anything coming from the other side, but the door definitely moves a little bit, and you can tell it's not like latched or locked or anything like that. So you could go through it if you wish.
If he can, he'll just kind of swing it open with his staff.
Yep. Door creaks open. It's not too loud, but it's definitely an old creaky door that's seen better days. Everything in here just seems like it's seen too much damp, too much changes in the weather, especially in these last few years as the world has started to decay. Everything has just gotten more humid.
I don't get it.
What was that?
What do you mean too much? I don't get it.
Yeah. You walk into the room, and it's it curves around. There's like a short hallway that hugs the exterior wall, curves around a bit, and opens up into a slightly wider area. There are 3 doors in this wider area, and not much else. The floor is in much better condition than it was in the foyer. Obviously, this has been protected from the weather, whereas everything was kind of waterlogged and deteriorating out in the foyer. This is in a bit better shape.
Hey, I know this one.
Again, there's nothing else in.
2 of the doors are going to have goats behind them, and the third one is we lose because there's no goat.
Yeah. Nothing else in the room. I assume you're going to examine the doors.
Yeah.
So we'll just do like a left to right thing. They're sort of clustered near each other, but each one sort of like leads into a different section of the circular tower. The one on the left is locked, and it's a very sturdy looking door. This looks like it may be newer than the rest of the tower. Definitely in much better condition than like the other pieces that you've seen before. It's locked. You suspect you could pick the lock if you got really lucky.
One of you.
Maybe bash it down enough time banging your head against it, but this is like a really good door.
Open the door.
There's
what's inside.
It's nice solid oak, maybe cherry, lots of iron banding, and there's sort of an ankh motif, in the iron, especially around near the lock. The door in the middle and the door to the right are both, let's see. Both locked? Yes, they are both locked as well, but they seem to be in much worse condition, much cheaper locks, the sort of thing that you'd be more confident trying to pick or knock down if you wanted to.
Well, what are you waiting for? Open one of these doors.
I'm thinking.
That one. I will walk up to the door on the right.
All right, door on the right. What are you going to do to it?
Kick it.
You're going to kick it? All right, make a strength.
Lock picks are not my thing, so.
DC 20, add your strength.
20, you say, huh?
Yeah. Well, no, I said DC 20. Sorry, roll a D20.
Roll a D20, yeah.
Yeah.
Not a DC 20.
Yeah. I think this probably does not work. I got a 5.
5 total. Yeah, no. You stub your toe. The door is a little bit more solid than you were expecting. A little bit of rot comes off and shows that there's a good bit of solid layering there in the door. You figured you could take it down if you beat on it enough, but one good sharp kick wasn't enough to get it open. Anybody else have any bright ideas?
Are the hinges on the 2 lesser fortified doors also looking pretty shitty?
Yes, and you can't see the hinges on the door that Harmog just kicked, but you can access the hinges on the middle door. You cannot access the hinges on the really good door, though.
The middle door, we're going to use our staff and try and mini battering ram right on those hinges.
All right, yeah. Give me a strength check.
This is gonna be fun.
And we're going to go with
Funny
the DR.
story.
What's that? What'd you say?
I said, turns out, funny story, it wasn't fine, because that is a 5.
Another 5. Okay, yeah. Yeah, you don't break your staff or anything, but you do, you get a nice good jar, and it's like, oh yeah, these hinges, they look really rusty, but apparently there's some good metal still under there. Again, beat on it long enough, it will succumb, but you're not going to get through it in one quick hit. Unless you roll better.
Curse these doors.
So, that's the question. Do you want to take the time to bash it down, or do you want to go somewhere else?
I've lost interest with these. Let's move on.
Lost patience with these doors. A stupid room. Obvious why no one comes in here. You can't get out.
There's nothing behind them. If someone would have looted them, if there's something
Go
behind
back
there.
to the foyer and the other corridor, I guess.
All right.
You head back out there. You're back into the area where the cobblestones or not the flagstones, sorry, in the floor are a little wobbly in places. Definitely some deterioration here. The hallway looks like it has. It gives access to 3 rooms, or at least 3 doors into some spaces that go along the exterior of the tower. They're spaced about 20 feet apart along the wall, and if you check them, they are all locked. The corridor does take you. So if you go like a full 180 degrees around, like to the backside, there's a back door. And the hallway continues along with, another couple doors. One of them is probably the one that, like the right-hand door that you couldn't get through, the one that Harmug kicked. So you've just got a bunch of rooms here, and they're all locked.
We don't see any like, corpses on the ground or any.
No corpses on the ground. Make a presence check.
Yeah. Want to make sure we're not.
Call it DR12.
Make sure we're not walking past the. Okay, I got a 9 plus 2 is 11. So, yep.
No, it looks like you don't really see any signs of occupation or, any dead bodies around. There's no, not even like a dead rat in the corner.
Okay.
So
making sure there's not, the corpse laying there with the key in there.
Yeah, nothing like that.
Yeah. So, okay.
It is maybe suspiciously clean for a tower.
Too clean.
You said there would be vermin. I was promised vermin.
There's no vermin here. It's too clean.
Are there any spider webs?
Yeah, there's cobwebs up in the corners, the ceiling, that sort of thing. Not like giant spider webs, but there's dust around. The place hasn't really seen a maid in a while, but it does seem sort of suspiciously empty. Like you'd expect leaves to have blown in and be captured in the foyer or something like that. So
this is a tower. Where are the stairs?
You haven't found any yet.
Probably behind the doors, I'm thinking.
Yeah, probably.
I'm thinking that one where the thing kind of went along the outside wall, probably one of the stairs is behind one of those doors.
Yeah.
So this is a player dum-dum moment, but I just realized one of the starting tools that I had is apparently a toolbox.
Yeah.
So, retcon.
Yeah, I mean that would be handy to get a little bonus on a.
No retcon needed. Just go back and.
Well, it's just that he has it with him. Oh, let me try my tools. So,
yeah.
Now Voltog just was like keeping it secret the whole time because they didn't want to put forward the effort.
Want to buy a screwdriver?
They have a drill.
Yeah.
One of the old.
Yeah. All right. So you want to go back to the room with 3 doors? You want to? Well, actually, I guess technically 4 doors, but along the corridor. You want to try to open one of the doors in this corridor? What's your plan?
They want to poke Margar with it when they're not looking to see if they notice. Pick a door and stick with it.
Stop that.
Pick a door then.
That one. No, point to, I think it was the one on the right.
One on the right.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, since we don't really have an established. Oh, but like the one on the right that was back in the room.
Yeah. That's what I was thinking. Is we
go back to there.
You want to go back to that first section we checked and then try those?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. So yeah. Okay. So yeah, the one on the right, which would be the point which you're driving around. Yeah. So make an agility check, and we're gonna give it a DC or DR 13.
We made that one.
All right. Yeah. So you get the screwdriver or whatever tools you're working into the lock, jig it around a little bit, pop it open, door swings open, and you find yourself facing into the circular corridor that you were in before, confirming that yes, this was that door that you thought might be this door was this door.
Great.
Door's open.
I see. Now there was another door here.
There are 2 more doors in here. The really fancy door that the screwdriver probably won't get you through unless you roll really, really well. Like we're talking DR 20. It's plot locked.
Oh, got it.
And then there's the other crappy door.
Let's try the crappy door then.
So same thing.
Yeah.
Give me an agility test, or assuming that you're going to try to jiggle the lock.
They gonna try and rip that shit out. Okay, now we're rolling good. 18.
18. Yep. All right. Yeah. You can pop this lock pretty easily. It goes into a little narrow corridor that goes like about 5 or 6 feet, and then there's a sort of catty-cornered door on the left, and then to the right there are some stairs that go up to another floor.
This is a funky
everybody give me a presence check.
Okay.
This is basically your perception check too. I want to see now that you've entered a new area.
12.
13.
6.
6. And what did you say, Balta?
12.
2 12s and a 6. Okay. Right. So whoever got the 12, you notice that the door to the left, there's a sort of flickering candlelight underneath it. As you step in there and your eyes kind of adjust to the darkness. There's it's narrow and kind of compact enough that whoever was holding the torch is probably like standing back behind you so that you're not all crowded in there. So your eyes adjust a little bit and you can see there seems to be some light coming under that door.
Margar will tap Harmug and kind of just like tilt his head towards the door. He's trying to be quiet about it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Do.
Armog will wander up to the door and try and open it.
Okay. Yeah. I think this door is not locked. Yes, it is not locked. Open it up, and it leads into a small storage area. There's a single candle, like sitting on a barrel, just kind of lighting the room.
Someone was here recently.
Candle's lit.
Yes.
Candle's lit.
Okay. Can we? Margar wants to start start going through everything in here.
Yeah, what's in the room?
Okay, yeah. You start taking some time to go through the room. It is loaded with foodstuffs. So there's like jars of preserved fruit, jelly, and stuff like that. There's sacks of flour, sugar, some dried meat. Enough here that you could get, let's see, 12 days probably of person foods. 12 person days of food.
Okay.
So 4 days of food for the three of you.
Who's
Which
been
is,
hoarding all this food?
nothing to sneeze at. While you're doing this, you notice that the candle the wax doesn't seem to be melting.
So I don't really have a magical ability for that, but I want to just see if I can like examine it. He knows it's probably magic, but
yeah. You pick it up, tilt it to try to get the flame into the wax, and the wax doesn't melt at all. In fact, it looks like it's sculpted to look like a burning candle, but the flame just sort of is lit. It's still hot.
Okay.
It's still a flame, but it's not melting the wax. It's not burning fuel.
Okay. He'll put it back down. It's something blasphemous. I love it.
It's a candle.
It's food.
It's
No,
more
perhaps
than
food.
that. Okay. So basically nothing else in here besides the food, though, right?
Yeah, that's it. Just a whole bunch of food.
Okay. All right. So
as you are exiting the room, Harmurg, you think you hear the murmur of voices coming from upstairs. But you, if you'd like to try to make them out, you can make a presence check. But it's really kind of, it's just like on the edge of hearing. Like you're not even sure if it's some people talking or if it's just vermin crawling around. Or, but there definitely seems to be.
I guess a 9 is not enough to figure out much of anything.
No. It's enough to confirm that it does seem to be human voices. When you get the other two guys to hush, you can hear two people speaking upstairs. You can definitely tell it's two different, probably male voices, or what y'all want to do.
since he had kind of pointed up, could I give a listen then?
Yeah, go ahead. Make a presence check.
Okay. 13.
I think that's enough to make out a few words. You can hear something about like storm and dawn, mumble, 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 riches, something about a trunk. It sounds like maybe they're negotiating about something.
He's going to lean into the other two. There are thieves about, hiding from the storm as we are. They seek something, a trunk.
Everybody give me a perception, a presence check.
Wrong system.
Discussing this.
Well, we understood it though. 10.
Yeah. 10?
Yeah.
Oh boy.
11.
11.
8.
8. Okay. Give me a sec. Yeah. You all three, although Voltug takes a second to like, it's more like, what are these guys looking at? And, looking toward him. But you notice sort of out of the corner of your eye there as you're standing in this little hallway or just inside of it, that the door that you just unlocked that leads out into the other side of the curved hallway, there's a shadow in the doorway that seems like a humanoid shadow. You think something is watching you. How do you react?
Margar, one of your friends?
It could be. We must strike quickly, silently.
Farmer's going to start skulking into background and shadows. And
Okay, so you like tuck into the
Yeah.
doorway in the little alcove there.
then
Margot,
that-
you gonna attack him or it, the shadow?
Let me think. I almost thought about maybe having Volta move his torch forward so we can see what it is first. Almost see if like a sudden burst of light might surprise them.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah, you want to do that, Voltug?
Volto is going to do one even better. They're going to tie the torch to the end of their staff and...
There we go.
Okay, so you take a minute or two to tie this to the torch on the end of the staff. The rest of you, I assume, are like trying to look like you haven't noticed.
Yeah.
You can see that the shadow sort of like leans in a little bit farther, like it's trying to figure out what the hell you're doing. And then you turn around and you thrust the staff across the room, and you are a good 15 feet from the door. At this point, but the sudden change in light, the light's up. There's definitely a man in the doorway who gets startled as the light comes up, and he takes a step back into the hallway, and you lose sight of him.
Shit. I don't have any ranged attacks.
I'm gonna start leave this and start creeping around the other direction, since we know it wraps around.
Yeah, that's true. Okay.
Okay. Yeah. So you slip out, head out the other way. He's not. You don't see him as there's no line of sight on him as you go around that way. So you're pretty sure you've managed to slip around without him noticing. Do you all three go that way, or are you going to?
No, I was thinking if he's going one way, I'm going to follow the guy, and then at worst, we'll all run in. We should all run into each other.
All right.
So,
yeah.
So Margar's going to try to chase him.
Bludgeon each other.
Voltug will follow Harmug because, the priest kind of gives them the ickies.
Okay. Yeah. All right. So you guys slip around, clockwise through the little hallway back into the foyer, and as you come into the foyer, you see this another person. It's like heading toward the front door, and you guys kind of like stop, about 10 feet from each other. And we're going to roll for initiative.
Okay.
Ooh.
So the way we do initiative here is we roll a d6. If and one of you are welcome to do it, otherwise I'll roll it. But if it comes up a 1 to a 3, then the enemies go first. If it comes up 4 to 6, the players go first. So I'll roll it if you guys don't.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
4. Okay. So Voltug and Harmug will get to go first. If you guys, whoever has an idea can go first, or if you want to roll your agility or plus d6 to figure out rigidly which one of you goes first, I don't care, but one of you gets to go first. So this dude has come up, and he's wearing scale mail, and he's carrying a big flail. He looks
Actual weapons. Great.
yeah, he looks a little snaggletooth, and his face is like covered in blemishes. It's not looking very healthy.
Join the club.
Yeah, but he sort of snarls at you, and you can tell he's about to wail on you with that flail.
All right. Fine. I'll go wail on him with my femur.
All right, yeah. You step up to him. You need to make a DR12. Strength check for melee.
Well, wait. Yeah. I have once again rolled a 5, so no.
Okay, yeah. So yeah, you whiff. You come up to him. You trip a little bit on one of those loose flagstones. It throws you off, and he's manages to, kind of dance around you a little bit, right into Voltug's line of fire. What's Voltug going to do? What?
I think he might
You're
be
not muted, but I couldn't hear a word you said.
Yeah.
smack him. Looks like.
That's because I have my mic muted. Because
you didn't. Okay. It didn't show you as muted. I got you.
It's
okay.
Very
smack him with the staff.
Yeah, very simple behavior out here.
Whack.
That's. And you said it was a strength, right?
Yep. Strength check, DR12.
That's an 8.
An 8. Okay, yeah. So it's slippery in here. The wind has been blowing rain in. It's difficult to get your footing and aim at the same time. So you managed to miss the guy as well. He's going to return the favor, though, and attempt to... I guess he's going to go after Voltug since you were the most recent person to attack. So he comes at you with his flail. Make a agility check, DR12, to not get hit.
Agility. It's not a bad stat for me. Apparently not a very bad stat for me. That's 19.
All right, yeah. So you take advantage of the nasty floor difficulties, and sort of lead him into a loose stone, and he trips up a little bit and misses you. Meanwhile, Margar has come up around behind him along the counterclockwise path, and if you'd like to take an action, you can see this fellow from behind. Not a very hulking dude, just normal sized guy, but he's definitely mixing it up with your buddies.
You'd mentioned I had telekinesis.
You have a power called telekinesis. Yeah, if you'd like to use that, you make a presence check, DR12, and try not to fail.
Okay. Yeah, I think he is going to try to use his telekinesis to see if he can just push the guy forward so he hits the ground. So, okay. So
yeah, it's really more for moving objects, but you could trip him or something with it.
Oh, that's true. Okay,
his armor is an object.
Calling his foot an object, something like that. So.
Yeah, that's true.
His weapon.
Yeah,
weapon.
Well, actually, that's not a bad idea. See if I can grab his weapon and pull it out of his hand or something.
Yeah. So. Okay, so see if you can activate the power first.
Okay, so that's presence. I got a 19 plus 2. That'd be a 21.
All right, yeah. So all you needed was a 12. So you activate it, no problem.
Mm-hmm.
Roll a d6 to see how many minutes the power will last.
4.
All right, so for 4 minutes, you can now move an object up to d10 times 10 feet. So
would that be on my next turn? I
would say it's pick an object that you're going to do. No, you can do it right away.
I want to take the flail and smash it into his face.
You try. Oh, yeah, just grab the end of the flail and move it into his face. Sure. Yes. I don't think it's very strong telekinesis, but if you manage to do it, we'll give it a D4 damage. How to make an attack with this? Go ahead and use your presence as the. So make a presence check, DR12, as your attack, as though you were doing a ranged attack because you're doing
12 plus 2, 14.
14. Okay, so yeah, you managed. Boom. Okay. D4 damage on them. Let's see here. That does a point of damage. Okay. Enough to get his attention. Yep. And now he's looking at his flail.
Yeah. I'm planning on stop hitting yourself.
I'm gonna have him make a morale check actually, because all of a sudden his flail is attacking him out of nowhere. He didn't notice you coming up. So let's do a morale check. I forget. Do I have to roll higher or lower on morale? Morale. There we go. Oh yeah, if you roll greater than his morale, which I did, he's demoralized. Okay, yeah, so you've demoralized him. We'll see what that does on the next round, because Harmag and Voltug, you have an action before he does. What do you want to do? He's standing there looking like his flail betrayed him, like he's about to drop it. What's your plan?
I think I want to get rid of those kneecaps of his.
Okay, take a swipe with your what you call it? You got a staff, right?
Yes. That's a 2.
It's a 2. Hey, at least it's not a 1.
Could be worse.
Yep.
Could be a
On a
lot better.
fumble
Could
like
be worse.
that, you could break a weapon or something.
Oh god.
All right, Harmug. Voltic is like poking at the guy with his staff, trying to like shoo him away or something. He's not doing any damage.
Let's just tackle this guy.
Tackling him. All right. Yep. So strength check. DR 12. We'll see.
Hey, I can actually do that.
All right. You've tackled him. Let's say you've knocked him to the ground as your effect. Is that all you want to do? Just knock him to the ground, or are you trying to do something else?
No, I think that's it for now.
All right, so he sort of like scrambles away, backpedals from you, like doing that, booty scooting thing, and is like gets up onto his feet, leaves his flail behind, and is booking it toward the door. You guys are right there, so he kind of like goes stumbling out the door into the night. Margar, you gonna let him go, or
No, I would like to see if I can
And
fling.
stay out.
Yeah. I was gonna see if I can like fling the flail because he dropped it, but I'm still holding it essentially, right?
well, you can just pick it up and grab it. All right, so roll a d10, multiply by 10, see how many feet you can throw it.
Okay. 8. So
Okay, yeah, you can throw it far enough to hit him with it. So make another
Yeah.
presence check.
Okay. 14 plus 2, 16.
Yep, no problem. So let's give it the full damage since you rolled so well on the thing. Oh, he's
See if
got
I can
it
just
right.
basically just
Flail
hit him in
is
the back of the
8.
head.
Yeah, so 8. Yeah, so you were aiming for the back of the head. You clock him in the back of the head. You can kind of see, you hear the sickening crack, and there's a spray of something dark in the moonlight. Well, there's no moonlight because it's the middle of the storm. In the middle of the lightning flash, and he drops down like a stone, just and skids across the ground. The flail goes bouncing along after him.
Okay.
What's your plan now?
He's going to go out and retrieve the flail. And as much as he's greedy, it's probably not something he could wield. So he will offer it to either Voltug or Harmug.
There's no reason you couldn't use it. I mean, unless you're like tiny or.
All right, it's mine.
Yeah.
All right,
And you don't even have to go out. You don't even have to go out into the rain because your telekinesis is still working.
I know.
Yoink.
So yeah, he's going to like pick it back up. Yeah, and he'll just like snatch it in his hand and be like, there were others upstairs.
Yeah. Now, you guys made a significant racket
noise.
in the foyer. There was some yelling and the sounds of battle. So if there's anyone else in the tower, they probably heard you. The guys that you heard upstairs, maybe not so much, not over the crash of thunder and lightning, but anyone on the first floor, if there were someone, still don't know what's behind the locked doors. What's your plan now? You've got a stairway that leads up that you've unlocked. You got all that food that you found. You got those 4 doors that were locked. You don't know where this guy came from. Actually, Margar, on your way around through the hallway, you did notice that the middle of the 3 doors that were like sort of on the, I guess like the eastern side of the tower, was open. So you think he probably came from there. The other 2 of you don't know yet. So converse amongst yourselves.
I'm going to let them know that information about that door. And think that might be I don't know if we want to. I'd like to clear a floor before we go up, but so.
You know they're up there.
Yeah. I mean, if anything, let them come down to us rather than getting caught on the stairs. But
okay, so you go back down the hallway to the open door. You've got a locked door to your left, a locked door to your right, and an open door in front of you.
Well, what's in this guy's room?
Yeah, let's take a
All
look.
right, yeah. So you slip into his room, and it is a smallish room, like maybe 8 feet by 12 feet, something like that. Definitely curved up against the exterior wall. Sparsely furnished. You know, there's a bed, like a little foldy stand there. This is this doesn't look like we moved in 5 years ago and we've real settled. This looks a little bit more temporary, like it's just been moved into recently. So you're thinking maybe bandits or migrants of some sort that pulled in here.
Hmm.
In terms of, sorry, what'd you say?
I'm gonna go into the storm for a minute.
Go out into the storm for a minute?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm going to pull out my, what was it, clean scroll or unholy scroll of
You had a sacred scroll.
the sacred scroll, that's what it was.
Yours was, what was it?
Questions from
Whispers
the other-
past the gate, yeah.
Yeah. Well, there's a dead guy now.
Well, you want to go talk to the dead guy.
Yeah.
Do you want to do it in the rain or do you want to bring him inside?
You'll make a mess. I'll do it in the rain.
All right. All right, we'll get to that in a sec. Go ahead and make your presence check to see if you actually pull off the spell. As for the other two, what you find in the room is basically just like the detritus of someone living in the room. There's some spare clothes, food crumbs, some dirty dishes, that kind of thing. There's 7 silver pieces sitting on the on the table, half drunk mug of ale.
Margaret will try to snatch the silver before Voltug can get it.
Okay. Did you get your presents?
I did.
Higher than 12.
In fact, I got a 19.
Okay. You may ask him 3 questions.
How many people in this tower?
Let me think. Hang on.
Plot twist: the bandit doesn't know how to count.
In the tower.
Not more than 2.
Yeah. 9.
What's the most valuable thing in here?
The chest of treasure.
Where's the chest of treasure?
2nd floor.
And then he does the thing from the D&D movie and just crumbles back into the grave.
Yeah. Someone gonna ask me another question?
All right.
Yeah, all right. That was your power for the day, or one of your powers for the day. You can do this again. You can use the same scroll. They are reusable. Right. Okay, yeah, so Harmug's outside in the rain for several minutes. You guys have just finished looting the room, didn't really find much of use, and have stepped back out into the hallway. What do you want to do now?
Probably meet up with Harmug to see what he uncovered.
All right, so you head back out.
There's 8 more people in the tower. And there's a chest of treasure on the 2nd floor.
The last thing you need to say to that one is anything about treasure.
It was there. It was mine. I saw it first.
You haven't seen it yet.
It's mine once we get it.
Yeah.
8 is probably
others.
I'm really enjoying playing a really super greedy character.
You're standing on the edge of the rain. If anything, the storm has gotten worse than it was before. It's bucketing down. Even standing just inside the doorway of the foyer, you're still getting wet. You're splashing all over your legs. Harmug is just soaked from doing his questioning. There's no point in even trying to stay dry now. You come in, shake like a dog. What do you want to do? You know there's more people in the tower. It's very likely that some of them at least have heard of you and are lying in wait to ambush you since they haven't come out to attack. It's looking like if you want to stay here for the night, you're going to have to be smart about it.
If only we had a grenade we could throw up the stairs. So
I take out my potion kit.
You have 2 herb masters.
yeah.
Pull out your potions kit and see what you can get.
Yeah.
All right, where do you want to set up to do this? It's going to take you a little bit of time to, like 5 minutes at least.
Probably in the guy's room.
Good idea. You can close the door and can't lock it. You don't have a key.
That's fine.
Oh wait, you can lock it. Obviously, he was able to lock it and come out. So it locks from the inside. It's got a little levery thing, so you can lock it.
Let's see.
All right. You spend 5 minutes. You rooting around in your potiony stuff. Throw some ingredients together, and what comes up?
Ooh, excellent. Black poison.
Rat poison.
No, black.
Oh, black poison.
Black poison.
Black blood of the earth.
Yep.
What does black poison do? Does it say, or is it just
Toughness DR 14 or minus D6 hit points and blinded for 1 hour.
Oh, so it's you throw it at somebody and it blinds them.
Unless that means I missed on my brewing roll and that's what's
You're
happening.
blinded for an hour.
But no, I think that's one of the other options.
Of course, you could drink it, and then we'll see.
Yeah, I'll pass it out.
Line from all the methanol poisoning. All right, well, you've got that. And nobody took any damage, did they, in that little scuffle? Okay, I was going to say take a point back for like a, catch your breath, but yeah, you're good. So, talk amongst yourselves. How do you want to address this tower? Yeah, we could always finish early. You guys could just leave and go somewhere else.
I had an idea, and I don't know if it would work. That if I could use telekinesis to pick up the guy's dead body and sort of have him walk up the stairs.
Does a corpse count as a body?
It wouldn't look very convincing. You could ragdoll him up the stairs.
Yeah.
If you
I was just thinking like ragdoll him up the stairs, so that if like anybody's up there waiting, maybe they'll attack him first. So.
Hey, I would like to add a little ingredient to that chaos. I have a little thing called a Zoomiel's Vapor.
Okay.
Apparently, they have to pass a DR14 test, or they hallucinate for D4 hours. With, quote, severe and arguably fun hallucinations.
Okay. So is this another, like, throw it at them, or do you think it's a put it in their drink, or?
It says vapor.
Vapor.
I'm assuming it's...
Vapor. Oh, yeah, it's like a grenade. He goes, poof, and like, yeah. Oh, that'd be cool, too. Yeah. Well, let's assume it's something you can throw at somebody. Or at the very least, blow from across the room. Okay, that's cool.
Just mashing bugs and shit into mortar and pestle, making this god-awful noxious paste. Oh, wait, I gotta... There we go. What do about the two upstairs?
Send their friend up to say hello.
Probably more than two upstairs.
We heard two, so there's at least two. What would a corpse do to help us?
To draw their attention.
Meat shield.
Meat shield.
Yeah, basically meat shield, yeah. Yeah, I want to... well, I guess his body's still out in the rain.
Yeah. And it's been long enough you'll have to recast the...
yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Spell, but if that's the plan you guys want to do, you'll have to go back out and grab the body.
Let me try it.
It seems appropriate.
All right, well, before you roll for that, you open the door to go out. Who's going out first? Margar, you're going to get the body?
Yeah.
Okay. Make a defense roll.
Oh.
Agility, DR12, as a shadow in the darkness that's been waiting for you to come out of the room swings a sword right at your head.
Oh, I got a 2.
Oh, okay. It wasn't a 1. All right. Are you wearing a helmet or anything cool like that?
I don't think he is. I think he's just, he has.
It's an axe.
What's a caltrops? What is that?
Caltrops are the little pointy things you throw on the floor for people to walk on.
Ah, okay.
They always, like Lego bits.
Gotcha. Okay, yeah, then no armor then.
Okay. No armor at all?
I don't see anything on here.
Okay.
So he's just a wizardy kind of guy. So
for making one of those random guys. Hang on, I'm just going to double check, see where armor would be on one of these other guys.
That's not good under equipment.
Oh, it's listed under equipment? Okay.
Yeah.
So it had it under equipment. All right.
Armor.
No,
not having any armor is definitely a thing. Okay. Rolled an 8.
Okay.
So you've got 8 damage. You would subtract off your armor, but
okay. Then he is at. He was at 10 to begin with, so now he is at 2.
Mm.
Oh.
Okay. Yeah, so this thing comes, you try to get out of the way. You see it coming just out of the corner of your eye, so you don't take it like right in the face, but it clips you on the head, takes off a good like chunk of your scalp, and cracks your skull a little bit. You are in a lot of pain. You kind of like flop over into the hallway. And we're going to see then, let's just go ahead and say it's you guys' turn now. Harmuk, Voltug, you've just heard Margar scream like a little girl, go clutching his head and stumbling out into the hallway. You swear you saw some motion out there, and heard some grunt of effort and a flash of your torchlight off of some metal. What do you do?
It's time to make them bleed. And Voltug's going out swinging the staff because these people pissed him off. Therefore, they have to die horribly now.
All right, yeah.
This is their problem.
Out into the room. There's this guy there who was obviously like waiting in laying in wait. He's holding a big axe. There's a sword in a sheath by his side. He's wearing plate armor, long scraggly hair, very unkempt, like the other guy you fought. Like blemishes and boils like all over his face. Definitely not looking too good. A deep sort of darkness, in his eyes, very much like your eyeshadow.
Well, there can only be one of us, so obviously I have to turn that pretty face into pulp. Let's see it.
All right, yeah. So this is a melee attack, so strength check, DR12.
Dice, please. That's going to be a negative. That is 6.
6. Okay, yeah. So that's a miss. But you're out in the hallway and you've got him sort of like between you and Margar. Harmug, what do you want to do?
All right. Time to dual wield the potions here. I'm going to dash out there. I'm going to toss one vial over to Margar. Hopefully you can figure out what to do with it.
Does it have an instruction tag on it?
No. It probably stinks to high heaven.
All right,
but the other one, I'm going to take the cup that I just brew and smash it right into this guy's face.
Okay, so yeah, call that a melee check. Smashing it into his face. Let's call it a DR10, just because you're not trying to do damage, you're just trying to get it situated. Yep. Yes, an emergency break glass.
That'll do.
All right. So is this the hallucination thing?
Yeah, this is the D6 hit points or toughness DR14. He's got a roll.
He rolled a 20.
Yeah, well.
He is immune to your ministrations.
Boo.
Yeah, so he just kind of like wipes it off and like flicks his fingers at you. Margar, you had a second to recover after being hit in the head. What do you want to do? A potion just landed in your lap, I guess.
Yeah. If I use that potion, is that my action?
Yeah.
Okay. Then yeah, he's gonna just drink it or whatever.
Okay, I hope it was a health elixir.
I hope so.
Life elixir heals D6 hit points.
Okay, it was a health elixir. Yay!
Awesome.
You're so trusting.
Yeah, well, now, normally he's not, but in this case he is.
And you know a dark secret about this man, and you're still trusting him.
So
he's completely honest when it comes to his elixirs.
So I was at 2, and I heal 5, so I'm up to 7 health. So
excellent. Thank you for healing him.
He heals, and he still goes. "Ah!" So
all right. Well,
That means it's working.
this fellow is
if he screeches, it means it's working, right?
yeah, he screeches. Oh God, it's awful. He's going to attempt to finish off Margar as you're kind of like slumped up against the wall there. So make a agility check. We're gonna go DR 13 on this because
Wonderful. Okay.
you are.
I rolled an 18.
Yeah, no problem. Yeah, so you kind of like continue slumping away and
Slash
like off of the stone around you. Dances to the side and like gets himself squared off on the three of you. It looks like he's kind of slowly backing away down the hallway, but still seems sort of aggressive. So we're back up to you guys. Which one of you wants to go first?
That head needs to come off.
I'm gonna take his head off with a stick. Okay.
Yes. Don't ask how. Don't ask how. We haven't gotten there yet. Hey. Is it still a 1 if it wasn't rolled a 1, or is it a 1 no matter what?
It has to be a 1 on the die.
Okay. It's technically a 1, since I have a -2 in strength, but it didn't roll a 1.
Okay, as long as it's not a natural one, it's just a fail. Yeah, dances out of the way, gets himself. You're in a kind of narrow corridor fighting with a staff, so you're a little bit hindered. It's not surprised that you're missing. Armored Margar, you want to?
Yeah, he is gonna like probably take his staff and probably try to just like sweep the guy's legs and trip him up. So
okay, yeah,
because I see Margar's like still kind of on the ground.
So what you're hoping for is like if you hit, then he gets tripped rather than take damage.
Yeah. Because basically, if we can put him down, then
I'll take those stakes.
Yeah. Okay. Let's see. So that is a strength, or is that an agility?
Strength. It's still a melee check.
16.
Okay, yeah, no problem. Yeah, so you get him tripping with your staff. He goes, flopping back onto his back.
Yeah.
Bounces off the floor a little bit. Harmwood, you want to do something this round?
Muted,
bud.
You're muted.
Sattler, you're muted.
Very tragic.
You said he's wearing plate. Does that include a helmet?
Yeah. Let's assume.
All right. Does this have like a visor or something?
Nah, let's just say it's like a little skull cap or something. Oh. You wanted a visor.
Yeah. I'm still going with the blind him approach.
Gotcha.
Failing on that.
You could always do a mow.
That it's tempting, but fine. No, we'll just try and bludgeon the piss out of him.
Okay, yeah, bludgeon him. He's down on the floor, so we're gonna go DR 10 on this attack.
That is a hit.
That's a hit. All right. How much damage?
Beamer. It doesn't actually do a lot of damage. D4, yeah. That looks like 3.
All right. Okay. He is a little bit freaked out by this. You guys are kind of dogpiling on him. You've got him tripped on the floor. He is going to set down his axe and kind of like scoot back from you. Say, I think I'm just going to leave if that's all right.
You're muted.
Can't hear you, Margar. You're muted.
It was so beautiful too. You leave in pieces.
Oh, you leave in pieces? All right, well, then he's going to definitely, like, flip over and try to run away. So he's, getting up, and he's, like, a few steps down the road booking for it. Who wants to do something?
I grab the axe.
What?
You do what now?
I grab the axe.
Oh, I thought you said I grab his ass.
Just hold him up by the ass.
Kick him an atomic wedgie, right?
Right? You're really just demoralizing this guy. All right, so you grab the axe. All right, you pick that up. That's basically, I mean, you can move if you want, but that'll occupy you for the turn. Baltug, Margar?
So he's basically just retreating, right?
Yeah, he's hightailing it out of here. He's going to book it out the front door if you let him.
I could try to throw the flail at him.
Yeah, I mean, you could trip him with it. You killed the last guy with it.
That's what I was thinking. Is like that's gonna be like my ranged attack. It's just like throwing the flail.
Go ahead, make an agility check. See if you hit him with a flail.
Oh, would it be presence first to pick it up?
Oh, ranged. Sorry, presence. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you haven't gotten your telekinesis going, so this would be a
Okay.
you actually throwing it. But
okay. Him throwing it isn't with the
just throw a
strength.
presence check. We don't want to get too much in the weeds there. So.
That's fine. Is it gonna be agility or strength when I throw it? I would assume strength.
Presence.
Presence.
Ranged
Okay.
is presence.
Got it. I got a 13 plus 2, 15.
There you go. So you hit him with it. It's a flail. That was what, a D6? D8. All right. Let's see here. Oh, 1. Well, as you said, you don't have very much strength.
Yeah.
So it's a parting shot as he
Exactly.
as he exits. The flail, it hits him. And he stumbles a little bit.
Rotten coward.
Baltig, you slowed him down a little bit with it, kind of throwing him off of his stride.
It's time to go feral. Voltug's gonna try and tackle him and just rip him apart.
Okay, give me an agility check to see if you can get to him.
Yes.
CR12.
15.
15. All right, yeah, you catch up to him. So go ahead and make your melee check.
Shouldn't be that hard to catch up to a guy in plate mail.
Yeah. Running in the rain and mud.
I have to remember melee -2. That's 17.
17 as a hit. And go ahead and roll it. Whatever that damage is for a stick. Was it D6? D8?
Good question.
You have a good chance of taking him out with this.
There's flail laying there you could use.
Yeah, don't trip on the flail.
Hey, look. Whatever gets the job done. That's a 3.
3. Yep. Okay. So you clock him. Where do you? Why don't you describe how you take this guy out? You have dropped him to negative.
If anyone is familiar with the game For Honored and the character the Berserker, it's pretty much a charge of that. Where Voltug drops on all fours and charges like an animal to tackle this man and start bashing the front of his skull in with the end of the staff.
Okay. So Voltug is over there just beating the crap out of this dead guy. And he's definitely dead. You knock him into negative hit points. So at least for the PCs, if you drop to exactly 0, you don't die necessarily. You get to make effectively a death save. There's a roll that we'll see what happens. So, but if you drop into the negatives, then you're dead.
Mucho sado.
Can
So yeah, this guy's dead.
use the
Voltug
armor?
definitely pounded him into a paste. Do you stop him, or do you just let him wear himself out?
I just let him keep pounding me until he's dead.
Okay. Do you still want the body that's in the rain, or do you want to just use this body?
I'll keep an eye out for anybody else coming down the stairs.
Yeah. I'm thinking at this point I don't know if we have any kind of surprise on our.
I will check and see what I think.
I was just wondering if anyone wants to loot the corpse, if anyone can use the armor. So
Yeah, I mean, it's plate armor. It's, reasonable.
Voltug?
It'll fit any of you reasonably well.
Voltug's currently digging in the bloody pulp that was his skull and seems to be digging for something, so consider them distracted for a moment.
Brains.
Not too far off for what they're trying to
Or
do.
any drawbacks for fine armor. Yes.
You are killing it tonight.
There we go. Heavy armor does impose a +4 on all agility tests.
Ooh.
And your defense is DR +2.
Nah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. So it's harder to defend and harder to do agility stuff, but you soak up a d6 damage every time you get hit. So
It's up to you. Doesn't sound like it fits him, though.
yeah. All right, yeah. So you have a marionette if you want it. I'm going to say you might be better off with the other guy. Oh, well, no, he was wearing splint, wasn't he?
Yeah.
It was almost heavy.
Yeah.
I'm thinking,
scale, yeah. So they're both going to be just about as heavy. So you'll just kind of be able to just scooch him up the up the stairs. It won't be. You're not going to be able to like animate arms or whatever.
Oh yeah, no. But
So,
just
like you hold him by the scruff of the neck and kind of like. Move him
Yeah,
up. It's creepy as hell, though.
Basically just a meat shield to go up the stairs with.
Before you do that, did you guys want to do anything else on this floor? Because I want you to waste your spell. Oh, and we still need to roll to see if you actually pull off the spell and don't hurt yourself.
Yeah.
But yeah, so if you look around, you'll see that there's another door open, the one that's like right next to the rear exit.
So this guy, did he have an axe and a sword, or just an axe?
Axe and sword. Yeah, his sword was in his sword belt, scabbarded, sheath, whatever.
Voltog's gonna take that just before Margar sees it.
Yeah, unbuckle his belt, strap that on. Harmug has the axe. You have the sword.
Margar gets the flail back then off the ground.
Did you want to check his room
Sure.
before we
Can we
storm
see
the
it?
upstairs?
Can we
This
see
guy
it?
come out of a different room
Yes.
down here?
Yeah, I'm assuming you look around to kind of get an idea, and you see the one that was like basically the one to the south that was right next to what you're assuming is the rear exit of the building. Much like the other room that you checked out, it's pretty sparse. There's a bed, the table, a chair. There's a backpack lying on the corner, and when you check it, it's got some food in it. 4-person days of food. Empty water skin, a couple torches, but it's also got some silver. 1, 2, 4. 4 pieces of silver, and more importantly, a health elixir.
All right, we'll take that back.
Yeah, and this is a full-ish health elixir, maybe? They have, where's that? Health elixirs has D4 doses. So let's see. It's got 3 doses in it.
Oh, sweet. Probably tastes better than mine too.
Different people like different things. This smells vaguely of peppermint. It smells like old socks. There are still 2 doors down here that are locked. I don't know if you care.
I don't know if at this point it's worth.
Yeah,
wasting
nothing's
time
come
on
out of
those
them yet.
doors.
So probably
Yeah.
nothing's gonna.
Yeah.
So you're fairly confident that this floor is taken care of. Nothing has come down the stairs after you.
Yeah.
You're hearing the storm from where you are. It's the rain's pretty loud. The lightning and thunder definitely very loud. You're guessing maybe they haven't heard you, or they're lying in wait. But no
Is
one's
there a
come
way
down
we can
the stairs
just
yet.
kind of get towards the stairs and just listen first?
Yeah, go ahead, make a presence check.
Okay. All right. It's a 10. I hear rain.
You hear the voices approaching the stairs, like getting louder. You hear like a door creak open, and the voices suddenly get louder. And you hear one guy be like, "I'm gonna go, take a look outside and take a leak. I'll be back in a minute."
Okay, then back off. I'm not going to bother with the marionette. Let's just see if we can just jump this guy when he.
Okay, how do you want to set up this jump?
Let's see.
I'm gonna go back in the food room, which is
okay.
right
Just
next
slip into the food room.
Yeah. If there's a room I can like hide in.
Really, just the food room or the big, the big room that leads into this small area. 2 people could fit in the food room, or you could try to do what the guy who just attacked you did and hide, outside the door in the bigger room.
I think I want to try that. I'm gonna just try to hide in that room. So
all right,
basically the same move you did. So
Harmer's going into the food room. Volta, where are you going? Oh, you're muted again.
Voltug is going to stick with Margar on this one, since there are actually people here trying to kill them, and they can't let that happen. Not yet.
So all of you give me agility checks just to see how well you can do this quickly and quietly, because you can hear the footsteps coming down.
14.
20.
You got a 20 and you got a 3. Okay.
I got a 4.
4. All right. Yeah. So I'm not even gonna roll. They're gonna hear that 4. So you like try to get into the room and you're like trying to push the door just so you can like peek out of it. But you screw up and you're like it latches loudly, and you hear up from upstairs, "What was that?" And now you hear 2 sets of footsteps coming down the stairs. Very carefully, you hear like rattle, rattle, rattle of the knob on the food door. When you closed the door, did you have the presence of mind to lock it?
No.
No. Okay. So
no, because I was planning on jumping out of it. So I've got the non-burning candle.
Yeah. So someone opens the door, pulls away from you, as they step back, and you throw the candle in their face.
Yes.
All right. Are you throwing it or thrusting it?
No, I'm throwing it.
All right. Make a presence check to see if you can hit them. Are you aiming directly for the face?
Yes.
All right. We're going to call that a DR 14. If you still make
the
it 12, you'll hit them, just not in the face.
Let's see. What is my presence? Nope. 11.
11. Okay. Yeah. So it goes like right past their head. Flips out into the starway, and they're like, "Whoa!" And you kind of see, as the candle goes past, and your light source leaves you, a relatively well-dressed fellow, not all, scarred and pustuled, seems somewhat well-to-do, and that's about the one glance you get.
Wizard.
Was that?
I said, damn it, it's the wizard.
Oh.
Kill him first.
Okay. Margar and Voltog, you're out in the other room. You just heard the door open and someone cursed as you can kind of see the flash of light as the candle goes flicking past. I'm gonna let you go ahead and go first before I let the 2 people that just came down the stairs do anything. Do you want to step in, or are you going to wait for them to come out?
Well, would their backs be to us?
No, it's sort of to the side.
Okay.
So if you remember when you first walked into this room, there was to the left and catty cornered was the food room. To the right and catty corner was the stairs. So they're sort of standing their left shoulders. And one guy's still kind of half, got up on the bottom step of the stair, really.
What I was thinking is
see that, but
basically step out and try to swing at one guy, and I'll go low, Voltug goes high.
Sounds good. You guys want to do This jointly will give you a +2 on the, or we'll make the DR 10 for each of you.
Okay. All right. So I'm gonna swing the flail
For your joint effort. I like that.
Okay. All right. So let me swing.
It's really hard to dodge when there's 2 attacks coming at you.
Well, they managed
got
it for.
I got a 10. So
Okay.
I
that's all I
got
needed,
a 5.
right? Okay.
So 1 hit.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll go ahead and roll for it.
Okay. So the flail was
look up this
D8.
guy's. Gotta go up to the next page.
I think a flail was D8 damage, I believe.
Yes.
Okay. 3.
3 damage. All right.
Yep. So he's like shrieks this horrible curse and forbidden language as he smashes into this guy.
Oh yeah. he kind of like stumbles past the door. He kind of is like shaking it off a little bit there. It's going to take him a second. The other guy is going to step past him though, and he sees you two coming. So I think he's going to go for Margar since you were at the you were the higher one. So it's going to be easier for him to take a swipe at you. He's got a sword. And he just kind of like comes thrusting towards you. So defense, agility, DR12.
Okay. Oof! I rolled a natural 1.
Oh, okay. So you'll be taking double damage.
Oh.
This could be bad.
Yeah, could be bad.
All right, 11 points.
He's dead.
Yeah. Rather than doubling it, I just rolled 2d6. So it's probably good. Either you would have gotten a 10 or 12.
Yeah.
So.
Oh. Yeah.
That drops you right into 11. All right.
Well, I only had 7. So.
Yep. Okay. Yeah.
So minus 4 then.
Yeah. So just like he comes like leaping out, just pierces you right through the heart,
and he just shrieks and just spits blood in the guy's face.
Oh yeah. Would you like to make one last like unarmed attack on him as you die in your death throw?
Yes. He's gonna try to reach forward and just like scratch the guy's face. So.
All right. Go for it. Tell me what you did.
And I rolled another 1.
Yeah, you reach forward and you're like, he's trying to scratch his face, but you jam your fingers up against his teeth and break them.
My dying action still rolls a freaking 1.
All right, Margar's out.
Okay.
The fellow that Margar attacked has come back to his senses a little bit. He kind of like shoves past the guy who just killed Margar, stumbling out into the room. Takes a swipe at Voltug. He's got this big great sword, which is why he's like getting out into the room so he can get some, get a good sweep. He like, slips out and does like a spin around to try to take an attack at you. So go ahead and make your defense roll, agility.
That's a 4.
That's a 4. Hey, at least it's not a fumble. Okay, big old great sword. That's a D10. Oh, and I rolled a 10. So 10 damage. And you are do you have armor?
They have fur armor.
Fur armor. Okay, so what does it say? It says what, negative D4 or something next to that?
Good. I should have written that down.
Oh,
minus D2. So it says minus D2 if it's fur armor.
Fur's D3.
D2.
Yep. Oh, D2. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So roll a D2, and we'll subtract that from the 10.
1.
Okay, so 9 damage is what you're taking.
So, ow, but thankfully not dead. Surprisingly.
But not dead. All right, next round. Harmog, you're up again. The fellow you threw the candle at has left the room, the little alcove there that's antechamber in front of the food room you're in. You've still got the guy with the sword, sort of. He's just sort of leapt past you, and you've got a good shot like at his back.
Well, let's see if we can bury an axe in his back.
All right. I'm going to give you a +1 bonus on that. So DR 11.
Yep, that worked. 14.
How much?
I rolled a 14 to hit, so I don't know.
How much damage? Yeah.
The axe wasn't mine, so I don't know.
Right. Axe was D8.
Okay. Hey, how about 8?
All right. We're going to check him for morale. That
I'm about to check me for morale.
Yeah, so he's just like, oh God, and he just like goes stumbling off, clutching at his back, and like, leaps blithely over Margar and starts heading out the room. He is booking it. You have definitely scared him off. Forget whose turn it was.
Well, I'm done, and Margar's dead.
Yep. Let's go ahead and let Voltug go. And then we'll do Greatsword guy.
So Greatsword guy is still here, and the the best dressed man is gone.
The best dressed man is the Greatsword guy.
Oh, even better. So this is going to feel double good when I cut his arm off.
You're going to try to cut his arm off.
You need 2 hands for a greatsword, and he's only going to have 1 in a moment. Ideally.
So it'll just be an okay sword. So.
It'll be a mediocre sword.
Make a melee check. If you hit DR 15, you'll take off the limb. If you hit better than 12, you'll just hit him somewhere.
Would you believe me if I said I hit 15 on the dot?
Yes. I'm very trusting.
The one time I can actually hit an attack.
Left or right? What are you taking this off with? A sword or
the sword?
The sword that you stole. Yeah. All right. How much damage is going along with this lost limb?
That is a good question. A sword does. A short sword only does D4, so let's find out.
Oh no, it's a regular sword. Hang on, I'll just look it up.
Oh, regular sword does D6.
Yep.
Let's find out together on this adventure. I think a 5 is reasonable.
5, okay. Yeah. A look of horror comes across his face as he sees his forearm and hand just kind of like lying there on the floor. He's like screaming. He drops his sword, grabs the stub, and goes running out to toward the front of the building, screaming incoherently, leaving a trail of blood behind him. You've run off 2 more people, but you seem to have lost Margar. He's not moving.
I made another character.
I saw that. I love Scumbirther.
I don't know if you want to use him. He's a 3 hit point bard. He might be absolutely useless.
Okay. So you still haven't made it up the stairs yet. Your puppet master is no longer going to be able to dangle people in front of you, but it looks like maybe the 2 people that you would have been distracting just came down to you. You still got 2 locked rooms on the first floor. 3 dead bodies, 2 run off, and you haven't really explored the upper parts of the area. And it's not even quite 10 o'clock yet. Good. So, what do you want to do next?
They just kind of like nudge Margar's body with their foot to see if they're faking.
You think you hear a faint knocking coming from back into the circular corridor.
You did say I'm going back, right?
Like,
am I?
Doom, doom, doom. Kind of tentative, but you think you hear some knocking.
Think one of them came back.
Let's go look.
All right.
They're
Yeah.
gonna pick up the arm and just carry it with them.
No, the guy just grabbed it and took it, right?
What was that? Dan?
Behold,
I thought the guy grabbed it and took it with him.
No, he was just like clutching his stump.
Oh,
He
okay.
left the arm. What's he gonna do with an arm?
I don't know.
well,
Same
you have
thing I
one
do with
person
a
wielding a
femur.
femur.
Yeah.
I just need an ulna.
Oh, yeah, this is gonna be your bitch slap arm.
It's like that one Goro fatality, just smack someone with their own arm.
Oh, I've always wanted to do that. Oh. All right, back into the semicircular corridor, and you hear a faint knocking, like coming from the very first door that you found locked, the one that's sort of near the front entrance, and you can kind of hear a voice in there saying, "What? What is
Brom
saying?"
So the next time I hear the knock, tap tap tap, bam bam bam.
Hello? Anyone need a cheery song to help them take the castle back?
Volto just makes sure that their potion didn't like crack its lid or something, and they're not hallucinating.
I'm looking over at Volta like, what?
You see a thin character come in. He has kind of blonde hair that's kind of receding. It's starting to get a little just receding and kind of falling out. He has very big teeth. They're decaying. It's like his lips don't look like they totally closed to cover his mouth, and he's kind of like chewing on his fingernails. He has looks like he's looking like he's kind of like he's wearing like some fur armor. He has a backpack on, and a club at his side, and he's looking around going, I heard there might be some fellows in here who could use some assistance. My name is Brom. May I join your company?
Yeah, so you just spend a few minutes picking the lock on this door and letting him out of a storage room where it looks like he's been having a nice little snack time and rest. The bandits captured you off the road. Oh, sorry.
I walk up to him and start sniffing at him.
Aren't you a friendly fellow?
He's deciding if you're food or not.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, definitely not food. No, definitely not food.
Not worth eating.
I get the feeling he's going to be rejected, and I have to roll another character.
Ron was captured off of the road last night and tossed to the bandits, and he was so nice and bubbly that they just haven't come back to check on him.
I just left him in there.
in a room that you couldn't unlock from the inside. So
they didn't want to hear from him anymore.
Later.
Those other fellows upstairs said they'd come back for me, and I thought a minute or two. So while I was in there, I tried to compose a song of valor and victory, and he pulls out this little jaw harp kind of thing, and he starts to just hum this the song, and it's terrible. I mean, he's just and he's like, could I join your company?
That might be useful. I like it.
Okay.
All right.
Very well. And he'll wander over to Valentine. What is your name, friend?
Mongrel.
Mongrel. Ah. And look back over to Harmug. And yours?
Harmug.
Harmug and Montrel. And Brom. What a terrific trio we will make. Onward, friends, to victory.
The minute Brahm is slightly at your shot, Volto just looks to Harmug. He's gonna die.
Yeah, I have another one rolled up in case it doesn't last very
You
long.
have them lined up like a vending machine.
Oh,
don't you?
exactly.
More.
Yeah.
Oh, on the hard drive too. I figured I could throw it. You guys.
They are queued up.
All
Okay.
right.
You've just picked up a new
Okay.
meat shield. What do you want to do?
Brom has joined the party.
Brom will remember.
The door at the top of the stairs. Is there anyone at it?
No, yeah, you go back and head up the spiral stair. You get to the door at the top. It's open. Well, it's ajar at least. There doesn't seem to be anybody in the room up there. It is sort of oddly shaped room. It's not like how you expect a tower. It's going to be like, oh, it's a circular room, or at least some squares shoved in there. This one is just sort of like polygonal in a way, but the weird curves to the wall. There's a spiral staircase in the middle of the room that sort of goes up, and then off to the left you can see a door leading into like another small room in there. There's a few candles about, some torches. It's pretty well lit. It looks like sort of a hangout room. There's a few chairs and a small table, some cards and stuff in the big part. The small room off to the side you can't see into well enough from where you're standing, other than to say it's a room, but it looks safe to go into.
Looks like a rumpus room.
Treasure's supposed to be on this floor.
They're either hiding or they're dead.
Would
Well, I would be too.
Would Brom have any details of the of how many guys were here and what they were like?
You were captured by 4 people, and they tossed you into that room pretty much immediately.
Okay.
You may have heard people, throughout the day going and coming, to the point where you maybe like, you're a bard. You were able to figure out 6 different voices. You don't know if there were more people than that, but you know that there were at least 6 people in here.
Okay. There were 6
But
of them.
they didn't discuss their plans, in the foyer or anything.
They didn't
Yeah,
share.
There's a lot fewer of them now. Fine, let's go look in the room.
You would have heard though, when the fancy dressed man came. You wouldn't have known he was the fancy dressed man, but when he showed up, there was like, I guess a mini meeting, in the foyer where it's like, oh, good, you're here. Let's go, what was it? We need to alter the plan. And that was one of the bandits. And then you heard the new guy whose voice you didn't recognize from the banditry. So that would be one of the 6. But that's about all you know. Someone new arrived earlier today, a few hours ago. There was going to be the bandit leader, if you will, said that he. Well, you don't know if he was the leader, but the guy who met with him said that he needed to alter the plan, and they went upstairs. You could hear like grumbling and whatever.
They seem like they're having trouble making up what they want to do. They keep wanting to change the plan, and we don't alter it further.
Yeah. So, are you going to stand in the?
Coming from the spiral staircase up?
Is there what coming from that?
Light or sound or anything from upstairs?
You enter the room, walk up to the staircase, and look up, and you can definitely see it's lit up there. Make a presence check.
Um, 14.
14. Yeah, you can hear some shuffling around upstairs. Definitely there's somebody up there. Sounds like more than one somebody. This, of course, jibes with your knowledge that there should have been 9 more people in the tower.
I was assuming that the corpse was probably counting himself, but maybe that wasn't a good assumption.
Yeah, that's right. You just asked how many people in the tower, and he said 9. So,
Yeah.
Didn't ask
Well,
how many
he could have
living
been
people.
cognizant that he was not in the tower and therefore
Yeah.
answered you literally.
What's in the small room?
The small room holds a table and 2 chairs, a little keg of ale, a couple of flagons, and a chest. A small chest is sitting on the table. It's full of silver coins with a couple of gold rings sitting on top of the coins. Just glancing at it, you're guessing over 100 coins.
Take it and leave.
Yeah.
Is there anything flammable in this central room we're in?
I'm combustible. There's probably some cloth in there, like an old tapestry or something hanging, on the wall that you could that would catch fairly easily. Again, everything these days is damp and gross, so nothing is so much flammable anymore as it is combustible. But you could get a fire going if you wanted to.
While they worry about the chest, Voltug's grabbing anything combustible and putting it right at the base of the spiral staircase.
Oh, nice. Yeah, and this staircase is like made of wood and stone. It's like flagstone steps, but the framing is definitely wooden, so you could get that going. I don't know if you'll get it going before someone notices that there's smoke coming up the stairway, but you could definitely get it burning. Yeah, okay, so Voltug is building stuff. Give me an agility check to do it quietly. DC DR 12.
Roger Dodger. Let's see what happens. Hey, I failed that.
Oh, I thought you were going to say I did it.
I wish I did, but I failed.
Yeah, so you start like dragging some stuff over and piling it up next to the base of the stairs, and you notice like a head peek out and look down. It's like, what are you doing down there, Bednar?
They're gone.
Who's gone?
Everyone.
Oh Lord, what did you do?
That don't matter. What matters is what I'm gonna do to you if you don't come down here.
You got to get testy. God damn, you're always so grumpy.
I sense a song coming
Comes
on.
down the stairs and tosses back over his shoulder. I gotta go see what Bednar wants. I'll be back in a minute. Hold my hand. Don't touch my chips. Fella comes stumping down. Are you going to try to do something before he recognizes that you are not who he thinks you are?
Yes. I'm gonna throw something at him.
Oh no!
I forgot the name of it, but
It's
I'm
the
gonna give
hallucination
this.
potion.
Yes, it is. It very much is, because I'm gonna let
All right,
him.
yeah, he
like,
comes
ride a
down the
high.
stairs, like his face comes right around, one of the steps, and he like ducks under and right into your aim. I'm not even going to make you roll for it because you're waiting for him. Do I have to roll something to not hallucinate, or?
It doesn't mention the stat, but it says they have to pass a DR 14 test or quote
Yeah.
severe and.
Bad guys don't have stats; they just roll a d20.
Okay.
19.
Damn it!
Yeah, so he like sees it coming. He manages to like duck under it, and he turns that duck into a roll. He dives forward and tries to tackle you. Make a agility defense check.
I had a plan. The plan's not coming together, but now it is 17.
17. All right, yeah. So you dodge out of the way, and he goes tumbling across the floor, comes up against the wall. Who the hell are you? And then he hollers out something about fear fire foes and calls the rest of the people from upstairs. You've got basically a round before more people come down. Armug, what do you want to do? The guy just tripped down the stairs and rolled up against the wall.
Careful with that axe, Eugene.
And there's like a cloud of dust in the air, settling down around the.
As a Pink Floyd nerd, I got that reference.
Yeah, that'll do. 16.
16, you rush forward and attack with your axe?
Yeah.
All right. Hang on, let me look up this guy's stats here. He is a goon.
Unfortunately, I only rolled 2 damage, but
That's okay.
so much for taking the chest and running.
All right, yeah. So he's like on the floor. He's crying. I mean, you just like really bit into him with this axe, and it's just like, oh my god, that hurts so bad. Brahm, what do you want to do? Harmug is just like attacking this poor helpless guy on the floor. He's crying in pain.
Brahm is gonna come over to the guy with his club and be like, "You really shouldn't have locked me in that room. That wasn't very nice." And he's gonna swing his club at him.
Oh God, it's you.
But you have to keep talking at him while you kill him.
Did you roll a 1?
I rolled a 1. Yeah.
That's 3 in a row for you.
It's 3 in a row. Yeah.
What were you attacking him with?
Club.
You say?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, do you he flinches to the side, and you clip the club on the stone wall and shatter it.
Okay. All right. That's fine. All right.
So, and then this guy goes.
Yep, you were right.
He flops over and goes crawling to as fast as he can toward the door. He's trying to escape. Valtug, do you want to let him escape, or do you want to prepare for the other people coming down?
I'm gonna roll a dice to see how bloodthirsty we feel. Well, does Harmug have the chest, or is this a chest that would need 2 people to carry it?
It's like a small. It's only a little over 100 coins, so it's like a small chest about that size. So yeah, you could like tuck it under your arm without much trouble. It's not much bigger than a.
Probably not carrying it right now because I was just swinging an axe.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's assume the axe is like a 2-handed thing, but it's handy if you want to grab it.
Grab chest and run. We'll vault over this dude or smash his head in with a foot. I don't care. It's time to get out.
All right. Yeah, you run right over the guy. Let's just say you smash his face into the ground, knocks him out a little bit. He stops moving. He's bleeding out. Probably won't last long. Valtug's out the door with the chest. Harmug, peace out. Brahm, the other your 2 saviors have just run out of the room with a chest.
What? I hold on, friends. He's gonna and he's gonna.
Okay, what's your goal here? You can hear some feet coming down the steps behind you.
Well, the problem is it's still pouring outside.
Yep, it's maybe a little less, but it's definitely it's a storm. It's unpleasant. It could probably kill you from hypothermia, but then again, it's not a tower full of people out for your blood.
But you want to know what this tower does have?
What?
A very narrow landing at the stairs next to that pantry, where they're all gonna have to funnel through. Where
That's
they're
true.
all gonna be breathing in this
You
dust.
only go down the stairs single file.
So we're gonna try and make them go to Sleepyland again.
All right, so you post up at the bottom of the stairs, and by Sleepyland you mean you're going to knock them out with a potion, or are you just going to kill them?
They got 1 more vapor on them, and they're gonna see what this does.
Okay. So you wait at the bottom of the stairs. They come rushing down. They're not really paying much attention. There's 3 guys kind of like pushing past each other, trying to get to you. 3, silly goon types. First one comes stepping around at the bottom. You step out of the food room and poof. Okay, so there's a cloud of poof in the air. Go ahead and make a presence check for like a ranged thing. Call it DR10 because you got some surprise on him.
Roger, Dodger. Let's see what I can pull off here. 12. 12.
All right. So yeah, it's in his face, and this is the 14 or hallucinate. Yep, failed. Rolled an 11. So he starts immediately hallucinating. He sees like 3 of you coming at him, and you're like your faces are like melting and shit, and he like just screams and pushes past you and out the door into the main room.
They're gonna kill you if you don't kill them first. They gonna betray you for that money.
Ooh, good one. All right, I'm assuming Harmug and Brahm are in the larger room down there. This guy comes out the door, pushing past you, looking back over his shoulder and in horror. Do you want to do anything as he comes running by?
I have a thing called a soul bartered. You carry an aura of unnatural charm everywhere you go, capable of unsettling foes and calming friends. Spend a use of your daily powers to add or subtract d6 to a morale check. So I'd like to
loses any more morale.
You're not making a morale. Oh, well, that could be any morale check.
Well, what I'm thinking is this guy having to make a morale check to see if he's going to stay or not?
Yeah, and he is going to be doing that. He's a goon. He has very low morale. It's very likely he's going to fail it.
Because what I wanted to do is make it even harder and make him leave. So.
Right. So it would add a d6.
Yeah. Yep. So it would actually subtract, I think, from his morale check. So to make it harder for him, yeah.
Yeah. Subtract from his morale, maybe?
Yeah.
Well, the way a morale check works is like I would roll 2d6, and if I get higher than his morale, then he freaks out and leaves. So I was thinking it would be I would roll 3.
You're rolling 2d6. Yeah, but that's all.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he's definitely. I rolled a 15. So he has a morale of 6.
Bye. Thanks for playing.
Yeah,
he's over the corpse out there on the way out.
You guys are just steadily running people out of the front door. They're just running off into the storm.
Yeah.
You're probably going to find them scattered along the road tomorrow. Dead from the exposure. Okay.
That's not our problem.
Then the other two, so you've got the one in the middle, just saw Volta, blow powder in somebody's face and him run off. So he's looking at you a little weird, but he's coming at you with his sword. The one behind him has a bow out and he's going to try to fire over his shoulder. So you've got 2 attacks coming. Make 2 defense rolls. Sword first, bow second. They're both d6, so I guess it doesn't really matter.
All right. So that is based off agility, 19 and 16.
Oh yeah, so you dodge the sword, you dodge the arrow, it goes plinking off the thing. You've got a goon in front of you, and you've got one up the stairway. You've successfully sort of trapped them into a single line. Do you want to respond with violence? Or do you want to step out into the room so that you can get back up?
Yes,
they'll walk backwards, but they have like that sadistic grin. Sing.
Okay. Yeah, he. I guess what would that be, like presence or something like that?
Yeah, we'll call it a presence attack. Okay. You do it like ranged.
I thought you'd never ask. Yeah, he's gonna.
I want to do psyche damage to them.
Okay. All right. We'll call it D4 psychic damage if it's.
Okay. I rolled a 15 plus. Oh no! Wait, hold on. 15 plus 1, so 16.
Okay, yeah. So it's a hit. You are so roll a D4. We'll see how much psychic damage you do.
Okay.
Shatter the eardrums.
Oh, man. If only you had rolled a 3.
If only this game had a push your roll.
Yeah, this guy follows Voltig out, and it's just like, oh God, we should have just killed you instead of locking you up. Armor, do you want to do anything?
Yeah, I've started moving around the full circle.
Oh, just
to come back up behind them again.
That actually won't put you behind them because they're like in the center of the tower.
Oh, okay.
On the outside, so you're coming down.
Fine.
But as Volta backs out into the room you're in, and the guy follows him, You, of course, can take an attack from the side or something like that.
No, we're going to continue to play the game that everybody else is playing. I'm going to fire off my scroll again.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Because
go for it. Wait, but there's no dead bodies nearby.
I thought our priest was...
Oh, wait, no, there is, because you dragged the guy in that was going to... Oh, and your priest, that's right, yeah.
So,
there's 2 dead bodies, you're talking to one. Oh, you're just going to make the...
yeah, yeah. Yeah, that'll do.
All right.
That's an 18.
So who are you asking the question of, and what is the question? We'll give you 1 question per round.
All right. Let's ask our priest friend. What is the fate of these two?
They will suffer ultimate torments and die screaming.
All right.
And be devoured and eaten and shit forth to suffer once more.
Ooh, that's really good. All right, make a presence attack, and yeah, we'll treat it like Brahms' song, but it's a.
How about a nat 20?
All right.
Yes.
Doesn't matter what you roll. That's enough to drop him to 0. So go ahead and roll that D4, or go.
I got on that too. Okay.
So what'd you get?
I got a 4.
You got a 4. Okay, yeah. So that is enough to kill him to death. You scared him to death. His heart stops. And he goes stumbling back, trips over something, hits his head, cracks it open. There's 1 goon left coming down the stairs. He has a bow. Slips out, and he's like going back and forth to each of you, like, don't try anything funny. And he's kind of like trying to edge his way out toward the door. He's not attacking. He's just going to try to edge his way out. Do you let him leave?
Door's there, dude. Run.
Harmog says run. Brahm says no. They locked me up. Volta? Letting him leave, or
tiebreaker?
Responding with violence.
Voltug looks and then just holds the hilt of the sword to Brahm. You pick if he lives or dies. They locked you up.
Okay, Brahm.
He's gonna.
I will tell you, if you attack him, he's gonna let loose that arrow and get a shot at you before you attack. So it'll be like a simultaneous thing, but he might miss.
I might miss, yeah. He's gonna attack.
All right. Make a defense check to see if he hits you, and then make your attack.
He fits in pretty well.
A 15. Excuse me, a 14.
Yeah. So he misses you. You've sufficiently psyched him out.
Okay.
And then you hit him with
Doesn't
a 1.
no.
What weapon are you using now? You broke your club.
He broke
with the sword. That's right. He
The
hands
sword.
Yeah. He's just going to attack with the sword. So all right. So that's 11. Just an 11.
Just 11. Oh, that's a miss.
Okay.
Yep. So in dodging away from the arrow, it throws off your attack. But it is enough to scare this guy off. Harmog, are you still letting him leave?
Yeah.
All right. So then he turns and runs just flat out into the storm.
That's right. Go ahead and run, coward.
I'm gonna ask our well-dressed dude, who's quite dead, if there's any traps or curses or anything on the treasure that we need to worry about.
Not that I know of.
Who's going to be coming to try to collect it?
And then he says, maybe Burnt You, maybe Yaroslav.
Cool.
All right. So I guess
Hopefully-
that's questions.
Yeah.
All right. What do you do? By your count, there should be 2 more people. 7 people have been dispatched.
8 if you count wrong.
So 1 or 2 more people, depending on how you count the thing. But only the 4 goons came down from the 3rd floor. You have a box of silver. Do you want to be greedy and go look for more, or are you going to cut your losses and run?
I got treasure and I got food. Sounds like a win. Somebody wants to come down the stairs and try and take it. This will probably go poorly for them.
Okay, yeah. Transporting the food that you found, all of it, will be difficult, but you can grab enough for a day, enough to get you to town eventually. So you guys calling it quits and heading off into what's left of the storm?
Yeah, Brahm's ready to go.
All right. Well, would you guys like to describe your foray out into the dregs of the storm? It's starting to slack off a little bit. It's about as hard as it was when you first came in. Armug's already soaking wet, so he doesn't care. Starting to get a little chilled. It's definitely cold out. We're heading into the hour of the wolf. It's dark out, but what do you see out on the road as you guys head away?
I picture Brahm actually up front. Like that Revolutionary War thing where, like the guy has the flute, the guy's playing the flute in front of the marching. He's playing mouth harp, and he's just kind of trotting along, playing a song to be like here come the mighty heroes.
Fall in line right behind them because the terrible music actually sounds cool.
And it makes him a target.
Walter just bringing out the rear with the staff as if they were a shepherd leading the damned forward for yet another night before the end.
All right, and the 3 of you shuffle off down the road, further along the way towards Slimulf-Bookton. Slimulf-Bookton.
Easy for you to
Say that 3 times fast.
Yeah. Yeah, and we fade to black as you wander off into the storm. Maybe we'll revisit this someday and see what happens when you guys get to Slimulf-Bookton.
if haven't killed Brahm, but
I like that you just left poor old what's his name there lying on the floor.
He's just meat for the worms. They'll come back and collect the worms for a snack.
Appropriately sacrilegious.
So much for that secret that he knew. I see now what it was that you planned to do to him. Well, thank you guys. And thank you, viewers, for spending some time with us. Thank you, Jeff, for kibitzing with us.
Yeah.
Anybody have anything they want to plug on the way out? Got anything coming up?
I can start. Tomorrow night we are playing Call of Cthulhu again. We are finishing off one of our stories. Minty is in our game. And Friday night we were playing some Vampire the Masquerade. Continuing that. And next week on Wednesday we are going to try Marvel. Try the Marvel Multi-Universe game. Just kind of a short scenario, but we're gonna dip our toe in that. Yeah. And then next Friday, more Vampire. So lots of new games coming up for everybody here on the channel.
Yeah.
And
Minty and I will be in the Marvel game.
Yes.
With Jeff and Matt. Mm-hmm. He was. Yep.
Vampire the Masquerade. There's a name I've not heard in a long time.
Yep. We're playing the I guess it's the 5th edition now. So
yeah. Now that you're in the server, keep an eye on upcoming games, and maybe you can jump into something. Tom's running something new all the time. So.
Alrighty. Anybody else have anything they want to advertise, plug?
No, that's it. I'm not running anything for.
That's it. You're off the hook for a while.
Need to come up with something else to do.
Oh, you froze up.
Really to plug, but oh, hi, I'm back. Not really to plug. Just hi. Real world events are happening. I hope everyone is safe, secure, and at the very least in a good spot to move forward.
Yep.
And I will make no other comments, as we can all infer.
Yep.
Absolutely.
All right. Well, thanks everybody again for watching. Please be sure to give the video a like if you have not already. Subscribe to the channel, and we will see you all again soon. Good night.
Good night.
Don't be afraid to ask for a hand.